tell me your name and how old are you?
My name is Silviu Petrariu, and I'm 28 years.
Okay. And what's your business? In which field?
So my business is the big field is the services. I provide trainings and coaching for people, mm, for privates, also for business a bit, for companies.
Okay, that's cool. So how did you start your business?
Well, the this idea of being in the business field or being an entrepreneur came when I was a teenager. I had a small business when I was 12, 13, 14. Like 3 summers in a row, I had a small shop in front of my house. I built it with a cousin. It was from wood, and I sell like milk, not, yeah, oil, sugar, and candies. So this is when I knew that I want to do this. But specific for this kind of business, I started how, by doing small, workshops and stuff like this, and realizing that I can do something full time from this. I don't hear you. I don't know if you said something. I didn't hear anything.
No, I got a little bit of freezing, so I'm not sure.
Hmm.
Maybe we will do without video. Unfortunately, I will stop mine to have a better connection.
Okay, let me know if I should turn off my camera also. So,
For the moment, it's okay. So this is not your first business.
well, this is
You
the
had.
first serious one, like let's say with legislation and everything. The first one that I was teenager, it was, yeah, on the black market. I didn't have any papers or everything, so it was just for fun. But it was a real fun because it was 3 summers, as I told you. And I know the last summer, like when I was 14, before going to high school, I had enough money to go to the seaside or something like this. So from the business,
That's nice. So this is the official one, the first
yeah,
one.
the official one,
This is
yes,
the first official one.
first official show.
Can you still hear me?
Hmm.
Okay, okay. Um, so where the idea came from? Why training and coaching?
After spending 2 years in Sofia, in Bulgaria, in Sofia, first the first year I was working as a volunteer, and then I worked as coordinating the new volunteers. And in all this period, I was working with mostly with Erasmus Plus projects, but not only. This was the beginning, and I realized that it was most of the projects were in the field of Erasmus Plus, but the subject was coaching and training, and I didn't have any kind of clue. I mean, for training, yes, I did in the university some stuff regarding workshops and whatever, but for how to do a training from uh, top to bottom or something like this, and from one hand to another, and what's coaching and so on, I learned in Bulgaria, and I realized that I also like it a lot, but I also that I'm good at it, also from my perspective, but also the feedback that I got. So I said that's something I really want to work on.
Okay, very cool. I think and I believe to start a business you need the money to do it. Did you had any money required to start this kind of business?
Yes, I had some money, mostly after coming back from Bulgaria. I had something, and it was a funny experience because I came when the pandemic starts. I finished my projects in Bulgaria, so I stayed for several months actually in my parents' house. And since I didn't have to pay much stuff, rent or anything, I said, okay, let's start the business. I have this money, I want to do a business. Now it's the best time to start it. So yeah, my investments mostly went there.
So if I may ask, how much did you invest at the beginning when you started?
Well, it was some hundreds of euro the website, the hosting plus the 2 years. I said I had a 2 years contract with the company. It was Wix.com. Um, so up to I know I calculated back then around 1500, so around 8,000 RON, 7 or 8,000 RON, but it was a lot of money invested. I didn't invest it wisely. I mean, it's a lot of money for what I had back after, like the things that I built with this money. It was not really smart investment. I bought a lot of unnecessary things, and yeah, let's put
Right.
around 7,000 lei.
So around 1,300 euro, something
Yeah,
like this.
yes.
Um, do you believe it's necessary to have a good level of education in order to start a business?
Mm, First, I just want to clarify that, or to say that for me, education is not the formal education. After I had a master's degree and I couldn't start a business with the knowledge that I had from there. It was a lot of information, a lot of good knowledge, but not enough to start something. So I think it's important to have education, but not formal education. So not universities and PhD and so on. You can do courses or starting from Erasmus plus courses, another kind of 3 days up to 3 months or 6 months something, and you can have a business. I think it's important. Yes, I think it's important to have some sort of education, or training and preparing in order to start a business. You can do it without, of course, but mm, I think there are more chances to fail.
Okay. So mainly not just the formal education, to not stop there, but to go further in more education, in informal and informal,
Mhm.
to have all kind of the education types.
Yes, I honestly think that the non-formal education is the future of education. I think that the formal one, the universities and so on, are at this point overrated, um, because a lot of information you get from most of the universities. Of course, there are some like medicine or law school that are, you need to do it in order to become a doctor or a lawyer. But for other, especially from the social sciences, a lot of things you can learn online using only Wikipedia and stuff like this. So, mm, yeah, I think the future of education, it's non-formal. It's learning what you want in small portions, like 1 week, 1 month, and so on. So this is very important. But to have a master's degree or a PhD, if you don't want to go in research in a field, then if you don't want to do research, just don't bother too much with formal education. That's what I would do now if I would have 18 again.
Okay, okay. When you started to develop your business, did you had any challenges?
Mm, yes, the challenges were first how to structure my ideas, because once I started to do something physical and starting writing and whatever, I had a lot of inputs coming on, and this was the biggest challenge. How to structure my niche, how to structure my website, how to structure my everything. So it was about structuring. This was the biggest challenge, and it's still a challenge up to today.
Okay, okay. And with these challenges, did you find any support,
Yes,
like
I
people that help you?
mhm. First I have a mentor and my former boss, or yeah, boss from Bulgaria, 2 years. He's now my mentor, and we are still in touch. And he's also in the business. Okay, he's much more successful than me, but that's good. That's what I needed, and I still need it. So yeah, he's the my biggest, let's say, supporter, but also, let's say, some of the closer friends and relatives that for me support. Not only for me, but or a like on Facebook or a share on Facebook or something. It's still sort of support.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Well, you say you started during the pandemic time
Mhm.
when almost all the business has closed. You decided to start.
Yeah.
So, how was that time for you?
It was pretty challenging in the way that I could have done more online stuff. I was not used, like most of the people, not used with online gatherings. So I was trying to do them offline, and was not possible. And I felt it like I need to wait more. But let's say I was not really good at working online, although I could have done it very easily only online. And so yeah, it was challenging for get accustomed. Although now I'm young and I know the digitalization and everything, but still I failed because I was not mentally prepared to switch from offline to online.
But did you manage to change to online?
That's a good question. I kind of managed, but now I can combine them because it's the times are relaxed now in 2022 now, so I can do them offline, but still I'm, let's say, half half. So
Okay,
yeah,
so
the
you
answer
mix
is I managed.
normal with digitalization.
Yes, I managed somehow.
So how did you adapt your business with the digitalization file? If you
Hmm.
can tell us
Yeah.
some secrets.
Well, the secrets was to basically I started with the idea of doing trainings and whatever, but the main idea behind this was thinking what do I want to do what do I want to get out of, let's say, doing a training offline. And I found out it was not really meeting people online and touching them or whatever, seeing them face to face, but was to support them in whatever topic was the training, either was conflicts, either was personal or professional development. So I said the idea behind the idea, how is said in this field, the reason behind the reason was to support people so I can do this online. So this is the main trigger that helped me to move from offline to online and to realize that it's not necessarily to be face to face with people. You can do it over the phone or even in an email if you
Mm-hmm.
are you know on point and or good enough in what we're saying or transmitting.
Uh, from your experience nowadays, do you think people are still interested in online trainings after 2 years of forcing being online?
Mm. Interested? Not really. Yeah, no, I don't think they are really interested in doing online things. However, or this is another topic. Okay, they are not interested, full stop. Some people could be interested in doing something better with their time. Let's say they have some spare time and they don't care actually if they're doing online or offline. So, but in a normal or a basic format, being in the office and being forced to be online, no, it's not really a great idea anymore.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay.
But also, this is only
Um,
a mindset. I'm not supporting this. It's just a mindset and can be changed. I mean, as I said, if you want to do something, like if you want to get an idea or if you want to get some information or whatever skills, you can do it no matter how. So it's just a way of
it's
communication.
just to want it.
Mhm. So after all, if we're using Zoom or email or face to face, after all, it's just a way of communicating something, and it should stay like this, not be a barrier or some
Okay.
burden to. Yeah.
Okay. I have a much deep question for you. Let's say, what success means for you?
Honestly, I think success is when you get up or carry on after a big failure. No matter the money that you have or the business that you are working on, but if you still manage to carry on after a big failure, I think this is a success. And I know because I had several failures, so uh, think it's a success that I moved on and I changed something and I get the feedback that was there.
Okay, you said you had several failures.
Mhm.
Uh, how many times did you fail it until now?
Oh, I don't know. I didn't count them, but there are there are many times. Starting with the simple things like building a website, investing a lot of time and money and energy in the website, and then now I'm not using it anymore. So this is a fail, but I realized that I was putting my energy in something totally useless. You know, nowadays having this is just a break. I don't know what I'm saying it, but it's important to I want to mention it. Having a website is like having a office somewhere, and you open an office or a website, and you just want people to come in. Well, it's not really like this. Being so many websites all around. I read yesterday or some days ago that there are around 20 billion websites nowadays. So
Wow.
yeah, having a website and waiting people to come and join you on your website, if you're not, I don't know, Amazon or YouTube, it's not going to work so easy. So yeah, but I had many failures. I'm still failing, and sometimes it's tiring. Most of the times it's learning. It's a feedback after all, so I take it as a feedback.
Okay. How did you get back after a fail? Because most of the people, once they are failing, they say, "Okay, it's not for me. I
Hmm.
give up and I go further to something else."
Yes, beside the mentor that I had, I told you, and sometimes talking to him or seeing what he's doing, one of the things that I did was exactly seeing what other people did when they failed, like having this kind of, I'm not sure what's the word, not really mentors, but some people that you can look up to. For example, Warren Buffett or Martha Stewart, if you heard about them, they are really good entrepreneurs and they are really successful in their lives, and seeing what they did. For example, this Martha Stewart, this woman, the American entrepreneur, she was at some point for a few months in jail, and she came out of the jail and she started again with the business, so she didn't retire or something. Although she was 70 or something, she was, let's say, not young anymore. So seeing someone
Okay.
who, and yeah, first, if you like it, what we are doing, or if you do it just because you're interested or for fun, yeah, and the first fail is goodbye. But if you're really passionate, you'll find a way because having the how to say the uh, grown up mindset that you believe that the fail is not the end of the world, it's just a lesson, you'll go on.
Okay. That's very cool. Do you think at this moment your business is a successful one?
If I have to answer between yes and no, I would say yes. uh, with putting a comma and then some others adduce. But you know, between yes and no, I would say yes.
Okay. When did you understood this?
Mm, I think last year, I after starting it, I did a while. I worked on it, and then I employed in a NGO for several months, and I said I will do them both. After in the afternoon, I will take care of my business, and in the mornings I will work in that NGO. And it didn't work like this. I was just focusing on the NGO. It was a lot of time there and whatever. So all my energy and time went to the NGO with working on. Uh, and I quit that job and I just came back to my business and I realized that it's still something that I would never want to lose again, let's say. And I realized it's something successful
Mm-hmm.
because of my coming back again to it. I don't hear you.
Just I did a break because I was really freezy. I tried to understand what did you say. I really hope on the recording will be everything much better
If I'm talking
because
too fast or too smooth, too
no,
opposite
no,
of
you are
loud,
talking
then
perfect. Just the
ah,
connection had some issues.
okay.
Don't worry about. I hope the software has recording better that I heard. If
Let's
not,
hope so. Well,
I'll
worst.
invite you again to a new talk.
Yes. Well, yeah.
Okay, let's return back to our conversation. I asked you at the beginning if you want to be a business angel, and you said yes. Why?
Mhm.
Why you want to be a business angel?
Um, Basically, what I consider doing now, what I consider myself now, it's being an entrepreneur. So that's one of the differences between being an entrepreneur, being a businessman or woman or whatever. Because in the business, you mostly go for profit and for clients and for money, let's say. But in the being an entrepreneur, you also want to give back something. So if I can give back something, I'm I feel better, and I think it's this is how it should go, no, like a circle. I receive stuff, but I also give back. This is why I'm also now co-founder of one NGO here in Romania, because through NGO I can do something more social in the social responsibility part of society, let's say.
Mm-hmm.
So the idea is, yeah, giving back. It's something that I can help, or support in a very big world. Let's say this is how we can support the world getting a bit
Okay.
better.
So this is like an advice for entrepreneurs. Let's give one more advice. In your opinion, what is most important for a business?
Mm, the most important, okay, this is may sound like a cliche or whatever, but I think it's something between passion and consistency. I mean, both of them combined. If you're not, I don't know if it's funny or not, but if you're not passionate about something and if you're not constant in it, it's going to become a hobby. And usually, a hobby is not really something that you can live from financially speaking. So doing like really being there in what you are doing, but also doing it pretty often or as much as it is required as much as possible. So this is what I think that can answer your. So yeah, something
So
related to.
people can do a business without passion?
I really think no, because as I was telling you before, I mean you can start it and you can do it for a while, but after the first failure, it will be really hard to get back to something and to be every day, oh my God, I need to do this again. Or so if you're not really uh, loving it, it's what I met so far in starting with me, but other people, if you're not really loving it, it's not going to work for a long time,
Mm-hmm. Okay.
especially if you work on
And
yourself and yeah.
yeah, so the passion and consistency is the most
Mhm.
important. Just keep going,
I
do small steps, and one day you'll made it.
uh,
What are
I'm not really.
sorry?
This is what one day made it. I'm not really. I mean, I think you made it every day, or you make it every day. It's just waiting for this one day to happen, but it's never gonna happen. So don't really need to be discouraged by hoping for one day to make it. You just see the progress, how it is constantly. Again, talking about constancy. So
Enjoy the progress, the process.
yeah, something like this, and also be aware of your process because sometimes you are not. We are waiting for this big day also in life on everything, but this day might never come. So from time to time, make like a list to think of the things that you did good or not so good, but also with the good part, what you did very nice and what is working to see how to go. So this is somehow uh, a way of measuring success.
Okay, very nice. So, what are the future plans for you and for your company?
Well, of course, like most of the people would say, I think it's expanding it. At some point, I'm thinking to have some employees because for now I don't. I have people working with collaborators and so on, but I don't have anyone hired in my company. So one of the things is to have some, and I'll need soon some employees. So it will be expanding it also from the human resources way, let's say. So having more people working on it. This this will be, I think, in the next upcoming months. And Another thing that I would like to do besides, growing it financially and so on, getting more clients, it will be to have some networking from the business, because I have networking as a person, like how I met you and so on, in projects, in trainings, whatever. But I also like to have a network with my business, or my business to find another
Okay,
one that can collaborate and is making some, uh, how it's called, mm, lab,
networking.
or, yeah, like incubator or something.
Oh, okay, like a hub.
Like a hub, yes.
Okay, that's nice. Well, I'm not sure if I forgot something to question you or to ask. If I forgot and you want to say something more, now it's the opportunity for you.
Mm, I don't I don't feel like saying anything now. Beside the technical parts, I will see how big is this recording, and to see if I can send you by email or put it on a Dropbox or whatever. But beside this, I don't really have anything. Like, thank you for inviting me for this, and I hope I hope it's useful and whatever. And
Yes, it will be really useful because with the dream project, we want to encourage youth people to start a business, and you are a live, let's say,
oh,
resource where you
okay.
can inspire from. It's not like just a story. You are a real person that they can inspire from. So this is really useful because they will see that there are other people that similar age that they already started. So will
hmm
motivate them to go further in this process of entrepreneuring. And
Great.
this is the idea.
Do you want, sau ai
Okay,
nevoie de
thank you again for
Thank
being
thank you
here.
also. Nu știu, vreo poză de